Hi, welcome to the Tuesday, November 19th edition of the 9 Branches Dashboard blog. Okay, today we're going to be talking about branding again, like we were last week, except this time we're going to be talking about memes. So you may ask, what's a meme? Well, a meme is a way to easily share ideas, and it's usually done through social media. It includes images, and it includes words with those images. And the reason why is that images are a lot more powerful than just words alone. And memes, you get to combine the best of both worlds, so you get to have both. So I'll show you here's a meme coming up right now. So this is something from a church site. It has the Bible there, it's powerful. And then it has the words with a quote that seems like it's pretty inspirational to people. Maybe another one, sometimes they can be very simple. So this one is, you can go your own way. And it has this on the background of a map. So it seems powerful. You can kind of choose your own destiny. So those are kind of the things that memes often look like. Sometimes they're a little silly. In fact, often they're silly. This is one of my favorite silly ones. It says, "You cannot has cheeseburger until all cats can has cheeseburger." Okay, there's a lot of layers to that. Cats are a very funny thing on the internet, and it's a very popular topic. But suffice to say that most people would find this funny. Okay. Alright, so what we can do, though, is we can actually use memes to benefit our local Baha'i communities. And it seems a little weird at first, but it's fairly straightforward. So the reason that we do that is because you can take a Baha'i quote and you can make it meaningful to people. So you can take something like one of my favorite quotes by Shoghi Effendi, "The troubles of this world pass, and what we have left is what we have made of our souls." So you can take that and actually make a meme of that and share it online through Facebook or Pinterest. And people will often like it, or they'll share it themselves. And you'll find pretty soon that if you do it in a way that's effective, you can have it shared hundreds of times. You can really make an impact on people who are Baha'is that want to share it, sometimes people who aren't even Baha'is, who really appreciate the quote. So let's go ahead and I'll show you how to quickly make one of those. Alright, so there's a website called recitethis.com. And it will allow you to make a meme with basically whatever you want, with very little trouble. Okay, so let's go to the main page. Alright, so it's pretty simple. So you open it up and you just honestly just throw in a quote. And it'll give you a lot of templates down here. And you want to choose the one that's going to make it look the best. So I like this one pretty well. Let's see, we can find a really good one, I think. There's even one that looks like an iPhone, which is pretty, Alright, let's make the cardboard one. Alright, ta-da! And it looks like you have your meme. So all you have to do is you can just post it directly to your Tumblr blog, Facebook, Pinterest, or StumbleUpon. And done. That's all you have to do. The downside of this, though, is it makes it very difficult for you to brand it with your local Baha'i community. Because it's free, and that's great, but free means that it comes with the Recite brand at the very bottom. So if you're just making quotes just for the fun of it, this is the way to go. But if you want to plug your local Baha'i community, probably going to have to do things a little bit differently, and that's okay. So let's figure out how to do that right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a photo editing program. I have one called Pixelmator that I really like. Some people still use Photoshop. So we're going to go there, and we're going to create a new window. It's going to be 600 by 600, because that's a good square size for memes to fit on your Facebook profile. Say okay. It's going to be this nice little square shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a good photo, a photo that's beautiful, usually outdoorsy, or at least inspirational. I've got this one from a recent trip to Southern California. It was quite a trip. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to pull out the photo editing tool so you can see them here. We're going to choose the shape tool, and you're going to choose the ellipse shape. Going to make that pretty big, and then you want to make that exactly the same. So 406 by 406, that's a pretty good one. I'm going to put it right in the middle there. Oh crap. Where'd it go? Alright, sorry. Okay, so what you want to do here is you want to take the text tool, and you're going to drag that across, and you're going to insert that quote, or whatever quote you want. Unfortunately, I think this one is the same color as the background. So white, maybe make it like about 30-point font. And you're going to want to make this, I have to drag this out a little bit. You're going to want to center this in the same way you would on Microsoft Word, as opposed to right-handed line or left-handed line. So center the text. Maybe make this medium font. Okay. Actually, you want to use a really vertical kind of font as opposed to a wider one. If you have Oswald's a really good choice for that. There we go. That's what we want. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to take that and take the shape, and you want to take the opacity down to about 50. I think is a pretty good one. So it has a contrast with the background, and it allows you to see the words easier than if it were just on the background itself. I mean, I can show you. So if you take away the shape, it's a lot harder to see the words. So if you have that shape in the background, ta-da, there you go. It's easier to read. All right, so this looks pretty good. The last thing you want to do is take your logo for your Baha'i community. We talked about that last week, right? You're going to want to insert that there and make it pretty small. I mean, you don't want it to dominate. I mean, you definitely want to extend your branding across, but you don't want to be ridiculous about it. All right, put it about right there. And yeah, that looks good. And one thing you might want to do, though, sometimes the background isn't so conducive to being able to read it. See, that's a little difficult there. What you want to do is, in this case, you would take the blur tool, and you're going to blur right behind it. Actually, whoops, I was on the logo itself. You want to make sure you're blurring the background, not the actual logo. So you blur the background, and it makes that easier to read, doesn't it? Okay, so that looks pretty good. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to File, Export, and you want to export as a PNG file, not a JPEG file. The difference is that a JPEG file, it looks pretty good, but it's compressed. And so when you share it a few times through Facebook or Pinterest or whatever, every time you share it, it loses some of its data, which is okay if you're sharing it a couple of times, but it's not so great when if it actually catches on. PNG is a lot harder to lose its data. It looks good for a long time, basically. So it's a bigger file, but when you upload it to Facebook, Facebook doesn't care how big your file is for the most part. So choose PNG, hit next, name it whatever you want to name it. So we're going to name this example, and export it to, in this case, I have a folder for memes. So you hit export, and it would be there. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you want to disseminate this across Facebook, in our example anyway. So, let's see. All right. So, we go to our local Baha'i communities page, and this is Baha'i Charlottesville. And you want to go ahead and go right there and insert your photo or video. Choose your file, and you want to go find the file that you just made. In this case, it's going to be the example. Hit open. And then on the say something about this. Honestly, what we normally do is we take whatever the text was of the meme and just reinsert it there so that it can be read one way or the other. So there we go. That's actually, you don't want to do that in uppercase when it comes to this. So we'll do that. And then you would hit post. So we've already made this exact one a few minutes ago. So here it is right here. So what you would want to do is you would want to go out of your communities page. So to your personal page. This is my personal page. And you want to, while you're acting as yourself, you're not acting as the Baha'i community. You want to go back to the Baha'i communities page as yourself, not as the Baha'i community. It's a little confusing, I know. And then you want to take the meme that you just made and you want to share it. So this way, it's being shared. Own timeline. Okay. So you want to go ahead and put the quote there. Make sure that's public so it can be shared easily. And maybe while we're sitting here, go ahead and use your hashtag ability that Facebook has just given you the ability to use. It used to be only Twitter. People still used it on Facebook, but it wasn't very. It didn't do anything. But in the last few months, Facebook has made it to where if you use hashtags, you can click on them and search things by topic, which is very useful. So, Troubles This World Pass, Souls, so maybe Baha'i and Souls seem like pretty good ones. So, share photo, successfully posted to the timeline, and we can go look at that real fast to make sure it did. And there we go. So, made one through our Baha'i community, and so it says we shared it, but we shared it from our Baha'i community. So it gives them the plug that we're looking for, so that whenever it's being shared in the future, it's going to be shared from your Baha'i community, not you. And so that helps with the branding. All right, so that looks like everything for today. If you have any questions, just let me know. Send me an email or find me on Facebook. And thanks, and good luck with your memes. All right, take care.